Dun, da, da, da. Hello, Freda. Happy Sunday evening to you. I'm just getting warmed up. Hodin. Is that right? Welcome to the Peter Wayne Burton Music Hour. Had a great weekend. Happy Father's Day to anyone who might be out there. Fathers living or past, whoever they may be. I'm Peter. Yeah, I hope you're having a good weekend. I had a good weekend. I'm trying to take advantage of the space in my head where I'm between stressed out thoughts. It's okay. Peter Parker, Pollux, Castor, Spider-Man. As far as I know, I'm not Spider-Man. Instead of webs, I shoot out music. That was stupid, but whatever. Yes, I am doing another stream tomorrow. I'm doing well, thank you so much. Tomorrow's Monday night. Yeah. God, I'm terrible at the regular things in life. But that's okay. Like I'll stream, I think tomorrow and Tuesday night. Probably Thursday and Friday. Man, I don't know. I gotta figure some stuff out. Visit my stream tomorrow. That singing competition was last Wednesday, and I went first out of 4 performers, and there were 4 judges, and I went first, and I played 4 songs, 3 on piano, 1 on guitar. It was on Wednesday last week. I think it was last week. It seems so long ago. And I did my songs, and I felt decent about them, but at the same time, I felt like I could have done so much better. And as I was breaking down, one of the judges started critiquing my songs, but I didn't realize they were going to have a in-person yeah, I'll stream on Tuesday. Yes, hopefully from the piano. I want a piano of some sorts. So as I was breaking my stuff down to quickly get the next group on, they were like, she criticized the guitar. She's like, well, sometimes it's better to not do the instrument you're not quite as good at. Oh, you'll come. As in physically be there? Well, the whole goal of all of this is to try to establish the fact that I would love to do this on tour. What kind of judge is that? I know. And there was a local musician who was one of the judges who gave really great feedback. He had wonderful words to say. So that was good. Ultimately, the other 3 performers were bands. So 3 bands went. And I did not place in the top 2. So, I'm glad I did it, though. It was a fun experience. I met good people, and it was just like practice. Like any performance, you can think of practice with a purpose, which is just to inch yourself along in your skill level. And if you're inching yourself along in your skill level, you're going to want to vary things a little bit to invent new ways to entertain yourself. So that's what I sort of have become, as somebody who inched themselves along to the point that I'm like miles away from what I used to do. And I'm happy about that. I'm not sure where it's going to be on Tuesday. Where do you live? You wouldn't come from Michigan all the way out for a live stream. Yes, we can always improve. And that's an okay thing. The important thing is to give yourself for improving at all, not how much you've improved. I was thinking the other day, 3 years back, if I look at my journal from this day 3 years ago, do I feel I have improved on some important levels? And luckily, I think I have improved. And even just improving a little bit is helpful. I know. I felt so weird. It was like she knew I was the only solo performer of the evening. So it's just kind of weird to put a solo performer up against bands. I felt like I kind of liked the challenge. Like, I'm still just going to play as well as I would. But I didn't have my beloved piano or a beloved piano. And I would have just really done a lot of really big piano stuff. But it's really hard to do on the smaller keyboard that I have. I mean, I should invest in a better digital one, but I'm lazy and I'm broke. So, two knocks against me. A tour of my house. Oh, it's so uninteresting. It's just an apartment. The reason why I stay in the kitchen in a lot of ways is so I don't bother my neighbors. And there's just a living room and 2 beds. It's really boring. And I know it's probably good to broadcast your quirky self and your quirky life and to move around as much as possible. I need to be way more eccentric, and I know that. It would be more helpful. You can't just force yourself to be eccentric, obviously. That's not how it works. But not I don't know what you consider poor. I'm a single dad of 2 kids living in an apartment that I can barely afford. So I don't know if that's poor or like rich on some levels. I'm psyched where I am. I'm on the same street that my ex-wife is on, and it's good for the kids. I think the kids are great. All right, come on back now. I don't know what you can call it. I'm rich in spiritual blessings. I have great friends, great family, great kids. I consider that being wealthy. In the other sense, not so much. People my age by now in their life have figured out like how to make money, and like a lot of people that I went to college with are like having multiple homes, and they have agents and brokers and financial everything. They have memberships. They have multiple cars, and I don't know how they do it. I mean, it seems so complicated keeping track of all that stuff. But I just have this one apartment in a great location that's great for my kids. But there's a reason why I play every Friday and Saturday for tips. And I also don't. I made $100. They paid me $100 to play at a farmer's market this past Saturday, and then the night before I played the piano at the restaurant. And by Saturday night, I felt like I was itching to play again, and that's a really good sign in a way. Because if I wanted to squeeze all the self-doubt out of my head like water from a sponge, I would visualize how good it would feel to not constantly live in a stressful like red zone. All of my making, I expect and deserve no mercy in that regard. I did that. Tuesday, I'm hoping to start around 6 Eastern Standard Time. I'm in Vermont. I hope to do it from a piano. Hopefully, excuse me. I knew I was going to do that. I'm sorry. I get too relaxed and I just burp sometimes. At a piano, hopefully I do it from my piano. Roughly 6 o'clock p.m. Yeah, I'm glad you did too. I had a great weekend and I played a farmer's market yesterday morning, and I realized I love playing farmer's markets because you have people that are standing in line to buy items and they have to listen to you. So there's lines of people of like around this like center square that I was playing in under like a little pergola roof thing with just one speaker and the guitar and a microphone, and it wasn't a blast away volume so people could kind of sit around. I wasn't playing really hard. I was trying to sing well, but also trying not to make a jerk out of myself. I don't know. It's a combination of like both caring a lot and not caring at all. But I played like 2 hours on guitar, and while I'm playing each song, I'm thinking, what song am I going to play next? So that's how I get distracted a lot of the time. I've seen the future, and we're doing just fine. I know the truth hurts when your choices feel divine. You don't need their mercy, all you need is time. You will be the judge and jury to the voices in your mind. You will feel your way through the dark. You will be the light. You will be the spark. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the kind words. I love playing as much as I can, as often as I can, for whoever I can. I've seen a lot of crazy things in my life, and I feel like my time is running out. And maybe you do things when you feel like time is running out, you know? It can be a good motivator. You are not the only one. Yup. Actually, I'm going to take Thursday off. It's helpful to take at least one night off. But I want to do this for months and months and months. And if anybody comes looking, they see that this guy has been playing for months and months and months and months. Some of the streams are better than others, both in content and quality. I'm just going to keep going until there's nothing more to see. I've seen the future, and we're doing just fine. Yes, I know the truth hurts when your choices feel divine. You don't need their mercy, all you need is time. You will be the judge and jury. There's a voices in your mind. You will feel your way through the dark. Have good dreams tonight. That's my only request. Dream of good things and wake up thinking good things. Sleep well. I will see you soon, all right? Have good dreams tonight. Have good dreams tonight. Drew. Hello, Drew. This is your other account. Drew who? Has it been a little while? future, and we're doing just fine. I've seen the future, where choices feel divine. You don't need that mercy, all you need is time. You will be the judge and jury. Welcome back, my friend. You will feel your way through the dark. I know I will see your light, and I know I will be the spark. Ooh, 6 o'clock on Tuesday. Tell your friends and have them subscribe. I need to make this so I can truly feel alive. If I get more subscribers, I'll get more attention. And once I have the attention, will I throw it all away, or will I do something cool? Thank you for subscribing. I truly appreciate your support. I would probably play for 2 hours straight if I didn't have to give my fingers a rest. Oh! Thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you for joining me on my live stream. I'm Wayne Burton. I'm playing here in my kitchen. Sometimes I'm playing to nobody, sometimes I'm playing to somebody. I have no idea. I just have to pretend that somebody's watching even if they aren't. And it feels like a version of mental illness, but that is okay. I can admit it and just keep moving on with my day. So I will just keep rocking out. I think it's a 3 capo time, Alert, 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 3 capo time. It's completely pointless to do that. I just love how pointless it is. It's just slightly odd to do, but yeah, they look like horns, like I pierced like a 6-legged creature, you know. Anyway, I hope you're having a great night. Thank you for tuning in. You are amazing, and good things are happening ahead. I'm terrible with planning things in life. I'm trying to shift the lens on myself to not be so negative in my brain about things. And that shifting takes time, but I think I've had some progress. But I want to, in other words, what I usually say around this point is that what I do right now in my kitchen is almost the exact same I would love to do in a larger venue of some kind. Something intimate, but warm on the eyes and ears, where the sound system is not blasting people's heads off. But there is components where, like, I would have the guitar and I would have other things with me on the stage to make like a sonic sort of symphony out of delays and reverbs, and then the guitar would come in on top of stuff. So it would be sort of like a little journey, experimental journey of sorts, where I would have lots of toys at my disposal, including loopers and interesting pedals, and a piano, and just I just think it would be so much fun to just play anywhere at any time. Dun, dun. Yeah. All right. Well, you had to assume that some hate was going to come your way. You couldn't assume that your journey was all smooth and praise and nothing but perfection, right? And you never assumed that. So you assumed that at some point you were leaving yourself vulnerable to criticism. But the problem is there's no way to know how to feel about the criticism until you experience it and then you sit with it for a little while. And it does bother you and you don't want it to. But it doesn't stay at the same intensity over time. You tend to forget about it because you remember how good it is, how good it feels to do what you do, which is why you do it. And if you're playing to an audience of 100 people in a room, let's say, there's going to be a couple people who aren't into your stuff and possibly even vocal about it. In many ways, I would love to talk to someone who hated my music. And we were cordial and civil about it. I would love to hear, what they hate about a verse or my voice or my guitar or the piano or the sound, anything. Because it would be like having a conversation with what's already in my head. Is that the self-critic is that person, but just internal, that I can't escape. And it ebbs and flows in its effectiveness over my brain. So, yes, someone being hateful or just very negative about what you do, think of it in a weird way as a compliment. A therian. I don't know what a therian is. A therian? Hello, Tom. Hello. Thank you for tuning in to the Peter Wayne Burton Music Hour. This is where I sit in my kitchen and talk about how much I'm trying not to hate myself. And I can say that I've made progress over the years. And I've learned that humor and joy are a good antidote. It's not always easy to find happiness and peace and joy and humor. But I can tell you that it's a place when I find it, I absolutely cherish it. I had a good weekend because I was hanging out with my brother and some friends in rural Vermont. Well, sort of rural town, I guess you could say. Had some great conversations and laughed our asses off a few times. It was great. I love being around people. Pollux, hello. Thank you, everybody. Where are you from again, Pollux? Oh, interesting. Do I have auto-translate on? No, I don't. Maybe I do. I probably do. I'm not very good at this. I was thinking the other day that I think of the guitar as a 6-string piano. And that my hand, these are the keys that I'm hitting, like like a piano key, except I'm doing it with a pick. And then I just change the notes with the fingers, obviously. And it makes so much sense to me, but it's also sort of probably limiting. But I try to do stuff within it, within this tuning and style that, like, hopefully is kind of cool. Have you ever watched My Hero Academia? No. Yes. It was either a battle beginning or a chase scene. I always had like a chase scene like through an alleyway. And maybe it starts off like the camera. They can do all kinds of stuff with camera stuff, and they do it. Where like the camera can slow down, the person can look back, the person keep running, and the camera could stay with them, like around a corner, like over a car hood. Or I've always wanted to do like a bank heist soundtrack. It's hard to keep the hold up, I'm gonna put on my show. Are you with me? I need to know. Are you lost in the afterglow? I can't see you, the light's so low. You can't leave till I say so. Till I say so. And I won't be on the walking down the halls. Interesting. Country, huh? Yes, yes. Jelly bean official. I do remember that name. Oh my goodness, Jelly bean walking by Brian. Brian, you changed your name. Interesting. No, I don't know that song. I know it's wrong to not learn covers, but I don't know any on guitar. Or maybe I know just a couple, but I don't play them on my street anymore. Dun, 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 dun. Happy Sunday, happy Father's Day to fathers out there. If your father's with us, send him love. If he's not with us, send him love. And I understand people's relationships with their fathers are complicated. Maybe there are some fathers that don't seem to deserve love. But there's some part of them that does. Maybe they did some terrible things. I don't know. Maybe I'll change it up a little bit. Move the capos around. Spread out the capos. The completely useless capos. I think I just like the way it looks. I wonder would it look better this way? It's completely unnecessary. But what if I lose one of them? I have two backups. And if I lose one of the two, then I still have one left. So maybe it's a smart move, okay? I'm keeping a close eye on them so I don't lose them. No, it's totally stupid. It's 100% unneeded. But it's just something different. So I like trying different things sometimes. Sometimes. You know. Sometimes. It could have been you, it should have been me, or anyone in between. Our little schemes we've had going for a decade or so. We made a little money of life as sweet as honey, got a million more miles to go. I could 10 long years till I find my own. Preacher man told me so. I will rise above the broken sky, and I can see the future in your eyes, in your eyes. Oh, I can't hear you, but I know know what you're saying. Your body's here, but your soul's not staying. Every day feels like your last when you're living in the past. I can't hear you, but I know what you're saying. Your body's here, but your soul's not staying. Every day feels like your last when you're living in the past. I will rise above the broken sky. I can see the future in your eyes, in your eyes. I'm alright with waiting, I'm alright with waiting, I'm alright. I'm alright with waiting, I'm alright with waiting, I'm alright. Oh, nice. Thank you for sticking with me. I really appreciate it. Let's go on a journey, you know what I mean? On a journey. Hello! Thank you for tuning in. You guys are so amazing. I love you and I want you to live forever. Okay? Oh God! The thing fell over. Dun, dun, dun. I feel like I should be more eccentric and more exciting and do more interesting things. I'm quite boring visually. Freda, hello! Yes, go you! Go us! Go the world! Go the distance! Do crazy things! Feel good tonight! I hope you're having a good night. I'm just working on some songs. I'm going to play probably a couple more so I don't annoy my neighbors too much. You know my deal. Is this temporary? This is temporary. I played a farmer's market yesterday morning. It went really well. No, it's okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's going to be really difficult. I give you a lot of credits. Credit. All the credits in the world. Well, I hope that maybe you're feeling slightly better, but words are easy, right? Well, you know, Freda, I think what you're going through is crazy, and this song goes out to you. And I've never been very good at dedicating songs because I don't know precisely the words to say, most likely. But if music can have any healing energy at all, I try to channel it as much as I can, you know? And this song I wrote at a time when I was thinking that I need to forgive myself. I was feeling like I had lived with something that I had done, like a mistake, for too long, and it was time to forgive myself, acknowledge that I did it, and move on. Otherwise, it's just going to hang over my head forever. And I think I wrote this song in an effort to teach myself that it's okay to say the words, like, it's called My Forgiver. And sometimes I talk about the meanings of the songs. I got a hair in my mouth. And sometimes the meaning changes over time. But this song generally stays the same. Halfway through it, so by this time in my life, this song is a few years old in my head. And by this time in my life, I think that every time I have played this song, I revisit the intention of forgiving myself. And I wonder if I accomplish it even a few percentage points, you know. Like, and if I play this song enough, I could get it up to like 25% forgiveness. Because I know I take baby steps in time and volume and repetition as a sign that it's not staying the same, it's not getting worse, so it has to be improving. And this is one of those songs that I hear with an orchestra, I hear with a whole band, I hear with one other solo player, so it's a duo, I hear it with a trio, a quartet, a quintet, I hear it with vocal choirs, I hear it in every facet of performance space, in size and grandeur and scale and volume. And I want all my songs to have that sort of activating strobe light of all the things that the song could do if I were to be able to present it in the way that I've heard it and seen it in my mind most of my life. And how I remind myself that for the rest of my days, I will probably talk about the process of understanding why my brain was doing what it was doing. And then songs would be like totem poles from different time periods in my life that if I play the song, I'm brought back to that time period, both in sort of psychological and emotional state where, like, I remember visions and memories as I'm playing the song. And this one I remember being in the basement, an unfinished basement of the house that I used to live in with my wife because I was writing in the basement and I was depressed during the winter. And playing music in the basement at night, not very loud, just strumming on the guitar, became like my lifeline. Because I would wake up thinking about the song that I had written the night before, and all day that sort of joy would sort of carry me through all the stuff that I needed to do. I'd go to work and get the oil changed and get groceries and all the stuff of life. That when I got back to the evening, I would be back in my euphoric place. And lo and behold, here I am doing that exact same thing years and years later, just in my kitchen. It's totally wild to me that if given the opportunity to tell my story, I will be as dynamic and as informative as I can about the process of dying on the inside while exploding with desire. It's a wild thing for my brain to experience, and I still won't ever understand it. I don't think there's just something that I think about quite often. Anyway, this is called My Forgiver, and I hope it helps feel just a little bit better, okay? If you give me all your love, I won't throw it away. Oh, the stars above are so far away. We are floating in the eye of the storm. When one life is lost, another is born. Take me down to the river. Won't you save my soul, be my forgiver? Take me down to the river. Won't you save my soul, be my forgiver? If you lose your way, you know where to find me. If you choose to stay, you'll always remind me of the life I never left behind. Why do you live in fast forward when you can't rewind? If you give me all your love, I won't throw it away. Oh, the stars above are so far away. We are floating in the eye of the storm. Why do you live in fast forward when you can't rewind? Anyway, I never feel like the song is good enough, but future performances it will be improved. Strobe. Oh, thank you so very much. Yeah, the whole take me down to the river always had this cinematic quality to me. Something really slow motion about the water sort of washing away. No, it's okay. And then save my soul, be my forgiver. And I'm weird. It sounds, I mean, it's so grandiose to say that you're saying that to yourself. Like, hey, Peter, save my soul, save my own soul. I don't know. It's very self inward thinking when I do think we are a part of something larger. So I see both things as being true, inward and outward. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. That one is not on the album. I never actually recorded that song. I have so much to record, it hurts my brain. That's why I was bummed I lost the contest, because I wanted the 2 days in the studio. And a more capable, more business savvy person would know how to network and find money and raise money, make money, and be smart about stuff. I'm not in that realm, unfortunately. I have my strengths and I have my weaknesses, and I know all people do. So I'm not admitting anything out of the ordinary. Yeah. I always wondered if I had a piano in my house right now, in my apartment. I would live streaming from it with a good setup would just be so intoxicatingly fun. Obviously, you have to add a little more pizzazz to your live streams and do other stuff like send shorts out there and snippets of songs and all that kind of stuff. It's so easy to do, yet I don't do it. So I have just been having so much fun with the music recently that time just evaporates. It's crazy. Awesome. Thank you for staying here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being on this, I don't know what you would want to call it, journey. I should stand up and stretch my legs a little bit. Look, I got my white shoes on. I keep them all nice and new. I just keep them on the indoors. I don't take them outside. No one ever sees that I'm wearing them unless I'm on the street, because they're really not that special. But at the same time, I like the fancy footwork that I can do. You know what I mean? It's not fancy, but it's fun. I should do that while I'm playing, right? Because it would be like an added element. People want added elements to performances, as do I. You know what I mean? I'm sure my neighbors live there. Alright. I'll take off one of the cables. Alright, I'll take off two. It's either 3 or 1. You know what I mean? I'm gonna play a song called The Usurper. Should I get the chair out of there? Go, Peter, go. That's right. You just have to imagine a huge band, a huge stage. This one's called The Usurper. I said, hey, what's your name? What's your game? Never mind, don't care. Hey, how's your deal? How do you feel? Never mind, I don't care. All I am is caught in the middle. All I see is snow coming down, way down south. Lay your body down. I'm not the one who became the usurper. Lay your body down. I'm not the one who became the usurper. Hey, Never mind, I don't care. All I am is caught in the middle. All I see is snow coming down, way down south. Lay your body down. I'm not the one who came to disturb her. Lay your body down. I'm not the one who became the usurper. All I am is caught in the middle. All I see is snow coming down, way down south. Lay your body down. I'm not the one who came to usurper. Lay your body down. I'm not the one who became the usurper. That was just a preview of when I can be more animated without fear of pissing my neighbors off too much. I said, hey, what's your game? What's your name? Never mind, I don't care. All I am is caught in the middle. All I see is snow coming down, way down south. I'm not the one who became the usurper. Lay your body down. Lay your battered body down. I'm not the one who became the usurper. It's fun to do different versions of songs with the finger picking that I'm sort of maxed out in my capabilities with. But it's nice to give the fingers a little bit something different to do. And I only have a couple different patterns. Ciao, everybody! Hey-oh! Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening for however long you can. You know what they all say? Everyone says, hit that subscribe button. Sounds weird to say, but send it out. I need help here. I'm a man on a mission, and I'm terrible at some basic stuff that would be really helpful not to be terrible at. Like networking and business decisions. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I feel sexy today. There's nothing wrong with that. It's temporary, but I will enjoy it while it lasts. You know what I mean? That's the purpose of life, right? Enjoy whatever you can while it lasts, whatever it is, for however long. That's right. Don't forget to sub for more. It really helps it. It really helps the channel out, you guys. So anyway, or I could be one of those people that finds a stupid segue into whatever they have to say to sponsor their video. But like, do you like my songs tonight? Well, sometimes these songs can be pretty slick, and sometimes you got to dry something off. So here's some baking soda from Arm & Hammer. You know, that kind of thing. Subscribe and you will get rich. That's right. I don't know what sexy is. I just know that it feels good to be content with myself. And that is kind of my mission, but at the same time, it's temporary. So at the same time, I just have to cherish it. At the same time, I feel like I don't cherish it enough. At the same time, I feel like I'm everything all at once. I'm an incredibly self-critical person, but I am also very happy with myself in many ways. So I have all these convergences of like dualities, and sometimes I can navigate right down the middle of all of that crap and just feel happy with myself, you know. 92% happy. That's the theme. That's what we've been messing around with for a few months now. That's the PWB way. 92% happy. Yes. Well, I hope to make it to wherever you are someday when I'm on tour, but I'm going to need your help because I can't do it without certain resources in place. And I'm not very good at organizing such resources. And the resources are what? Getting better music made, recorded, promoted, put on all the streaming, good videos, good like social updates. 92% sexy. There you go. I like it. Yeah, exactly. Merchandise? I haven't even pondered merchandise. I haven't even thought of, I mean, I thought about it a few years ago because it's not very original, but I was just going to use my initials, PWB, and there was like a couple different designs I was messing with. I mean, it looks sort of like the DMB. It looks sort of like a lot of other, you know. I'm more manly today. All right, well, cool. I'll take it. I'll take that for the win. It is Father's Day, after all. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Pretty likely. I went out to dinner with my kids, and we got pizza and salad, and it was really fun. And then we went and got ice cream, and had a great night. It was awesome. I'm an extremely lucky individual, and I try to remember that at all times. I try to be grateful as much as I can, yet I never feel like I'm grateful enough. I see other people demonstrating their gratitude way more effectively and more often. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for being awesome. I was playing at the farmer's market yesterday, and there was a bunch of activity on the outside of this, like on this, I was on a field, and all the vendors were on a square, and I was playing in the middle of all the vendors. And it was wonderful. Thank you so much. And while I was playing guitar, I just realized I could look around at people. And some people were watching me, some people weren't. Some people were listening in, some people were on their phones. Some people were walking by, some people stopped and listened. And it was a wonderful, like, teeming situation of, you know, like a kid would come up, a couple kids would run by, a mom would come after them, or a dad would roll by. And I just got to be the guy that had permission to stand in the middle of it all, just looking around. It's true. I think that we all live in our own world to a certain degree, but I think you're absolutely right. There's a degree of observance and sort of awareness. And I think various people have different versions of it. Some doesn't seem very aware. Some seems like they're just really breathing all of the life in. And I think I love being around people, but I also think that I don't want to be overwhelmed by them. But I also don't know what overwhelmed would mean. Oh, it's complicated. So it just felt great to sit there and play in front of people and just be very relaxed. I told them I don't play any covers. And I did some experimental guitar stuff. I figured, why not, you know. I imagine what I would want to hear on a Saturday morning while I'm standing in line to get like a special crepe. You know what I mean? And sometimes I'd be like, "Oh, that song is not what you want to be playing right now, Peter. What are you doing?" So I'd be like, "All right, we have to leave this song behind as soon as we can. Nobody knows the song anyway, so might as well change it right now." So that's what I was doing multiple times. And that's what I do on here too. So, and I think I got a gig on August 8th in New Hampshire at a treatment center for people with anxiety, which is interesting. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how big the center is, but I met the CEO and he was really nice. I met his son, and I don't know if CEO is the right word. The manager, the director, say director. Um, and they have a piano there, and it could be really cool. And I hope it works out. I have high hopes, but also if it doesn't work out, maybe down the road at some point I'll get there. But it seems like talking to people about anxiety with a piano at my disposal would be really enjoyable. I would talk to them about certain things that might help their brains a little bit, or maybe not. I don't know. I have no idea if it would help. That's right, 92% PW t-shirts. I think it would be cool if it works out. I'm going to try to reach out to him. Because piano for me has been tremendously helpful. I don't know if piano has caused anxiety or helped with it. It's an interesting question. Yeah, a therapeutic music coach. I've thought about that, and it's a good idea. It's a very good point. I honestly would love this. Hopefully, I'm gonna reach out to the guy. I'm gonna find him and seek it out. That's one way to deal with anxiety. If I would ever, um, I don't know what I would be with them. What I would want to be with them is somebody that, first of all, says, nothing bothers me. When someone's just being honest about something that they're vulnerable about. Maybe they've been living with for a long time and they've never actually put into words because they have spent so much time burying something. And I think anxiety is an important thing to understand because everyone who suffers from it and experiences it understands that there is a better version of themselves within them that the anxiety has sort of been destroying or just at least attempting to hold back. Yeah. Well, I would honestly love to do both. I would love to have a music career that involves a therapeutic component to it, for sure. I'd love to have an asymmetrical career that's not like I tend to think of it, and I get stuck in thought patterns. It's like I need to have a song that people like that blows up, but I think it's more now thinking of myself as an ambassador for music. And that music can translate to a big stage, hopefully, or a theater or some kind of venue. But I also have time and energy and spiritual drive to sit with a smaller group and just have conversations about piano. Where I would inevitably feel like I need to shut up and just listen. But I would also like people, while I am playing, to know that a lot of the times while I'm playing, I'm having anxiety while I'm playing. So I would ask them afterwards what they thought I might be thinking. And it's funny because I would write it down what I was thinking. Pods, I like that better. Pods, yeah. Smaller, sort of one-on-one. Not one-on-one. One-on-one is cool too. I think it would be wonderful if I could do both, like if there was a camp or something where there was a group of kids that came for an hour a day and we talked about music and anxiety and piano and then I met with them one-on-one and we discussed things that maybe they wouldn't want to discuss in a group, and that totally makes sense. And the specific purpose would be to heal and understand the anxiety with the goal of becoming 92% PW, 92% music camp. It's funny because camp sounds, I don't know if camp is the right word for me, because for me, it's like I want it to be something, I want it to be something they don't think of it as like a condensed period of intense therapy. I would love for it just to be like learning a series of methods for when you leave the camp, when you go home, that you can employ during your day. Yeah, like, one time at band camp, American Pie is it's a pretty darn movie, funny movie. Oh yes, I got some stories from my camp, but none of them like dealing with that aspect of things. So yeah, that's what I want. And I'll tell you my ultimate goal, which I may have talked about before. My ultimate goal, if I were to win the lottery tomorrow, if I were to just somehow become the luckiest man in the world, I would invest in a property in Vermont that is at just a good location. It would take a while to find the right location with it, the water system, the electrical grid, and what I would want to do to the land. My goodness, you're right. I like it. Band exclusive song. There you go. I would take, let's say, 300 acres, and in the bottom right, 50 acres or something. I would have a performance space that would be kind of the size of like a theater you might find in a mid-sized Vermont or smaller state city. Performance space, then like a grotto that leads to the performance space with like a trees in between it, so you walk on this pathway to the performance space. The grotto has couches and chairs and like little pools, and it's just awesome to hang out in. It's not crowded, and there's plenty of seating for both single seats, double seats, triple, quadruple seats. So anybody who's an introvert can feel free to sit in one of the single seats if you want to. And there's books everywhere, and there's things to read. So everyone can lounge around and not have to worry about that unbelievably awkward moment where you are sitting together and you're not talking. Because it's not unbelievably awkward. I just invented being unbelievably awkward. So that's part of my social paralysis, probably. Anyway, so you'd have the performance space, the grotto, and then you'd have the living quarters, which would be really nice but small-ish living. It's not like luxury, but they're just really nice living, like little tiny houses, let's just say. And some weekends would be like, this is a peaceful, calm weekend. We're not going to get rowdy. We're not going to fire off fireworks. We're not going to start fights. We're not going to get drunk. So there's rules to it some weekends. Anyway, I'll get back to that. You have the living quarters, and then you have like the greeting area and the parking lot. So people, instead of me going on tour, people would come to me, and a lot of the times I would love to like fund their travel to the place, because ultimately I want them to come and feel comfortable, warm, happy, accepted, loved, seen, heard by other people in the name and in service of strengthening the human spirit and strengthening the human bond we have with ourselves and with the world around us. Now, I would want to do that in performances that have just like really uplifting, fun, roller coaster dynamics of like really positive highs and really quiet, somber lows, and really funky, dancey stuff, and also really heavy rock stuff. Like, I want the concert to be different every time. And the people that come for the weekend, there'll be about 800 people. And the idea is that when you arrive, you're very well taken care of, but it's not like a luxury resort. No one expects that. It's just everything is thoughtful, and you are encouraged to just relax. And yes, there could be certain spa things. There could be a pool. There could be hiking trails. The food would be really good. There would be a cooking class where you could sit and someone could show you how they cook. Like, it would be like this weird amalgamation of performance, experience, and education. And the idea is that when you leave on Sunday, hopefully you take that with you. You could do like a contest song and you could win a check. I know. Oh, man. If only I could get that lucky. Yes. Oh, I like it, Fred. Awesome. I went to the PW 92% camp and then experienced and contribute to that year's. I love that. Dance now. You could do the contest, sing, and you can win a week. Yes. I'm not that good, though. I can't do contests. I don't know how to organize that crap. I can barely pay my electrical bills. But that's no, I know what you mean. That's a good idea. So I'll conclude my yammering tonight by saying that this thing that I want to build, if I could snap my fingers and suddenly have exactly what I wanted, it would be to really start seriously figuring out a good spot for this thing to be built. And I know that I probably have plans that are too big, but it would probably have to start small. Anyway, the weekend would be called Manifestival. And it would be something that it would be like it would be like an entity that was both encouraging of art and vitality and pursuit of information. Mix that with like passion and healing and understanding yourself, and everybody has a particular journey, and instead of giving money to a place that works on mental health, try to create a mental health generator, or at least an encourager, or at least just a way for people possibly to, I don't know, find a piece of themselves, find what they've been searching for, or maybe they'll leave completely empty and they hated the whole experience. That's absolutely a possibility. But I'm going on a law of averages and hoping that 92% of the people enjoy it. I remember last summer I went to an island for my friend's birthday. There were about 15 people there, and I knew 3 or 4 of them, including my friend. And Fredo wants to go, so remember if it ever evolves. Interesting. So I was on this island. I should have been relaxed. I should have enjoyed myself, but I was stressed out the whole time. So, yeah. So, Manifestival in my head, as far as how it's existed, and I've mapped this all out, and obviously it's more fantasy than anything else, would be something that I would love to model and leave behind for to grow potentially, but not consume, to spread its reach, but maintain its core, I think, directives, which is helping people get better, even if it's 0.5% better, even if it's just on a spiritual level, even if it can be both spiritual and physical, great. But if it's not physical, maybe it could be emotional and psychological. And all levels are important. And the weekends that I envision in my head now for Manifestival would be, each weekend might be a different theme and different set of rules, but it's supposed to be well run to the point that it's easy to get to, that's easy to park. Once your car is parked, you leave it there, and when you enter the living quarters / grotto, you enter like this wonderful, that it's like Disney World without the rides and a minimal amount of people. And I'm not talking fantasy world. I'm not talking like castles and stuff like that. I'm just talking about interesting. When you get to your living quarters, it's your living space. You get a key or maybe a code, and you can put your stuff in there, lock it up, and just walk around. And you're encouraged to walk around. And this thing would be the opposite of Burning Man, okay? There's a very specific philosophy to my particular event, and that is come and breathe and exhale in a chair with the breeze blowing through your hair, with people around, not clamoring over each other, not taking selfies, not doing a bunch of drugs. There are rules. There would be rules, but they would be guidelines, and it also would change weekend to weekend. There would be some weekends there would be no phones allowed. Very strict. There would be some weekends where phones, all you want, go nuts. I'm not trying to be secretive, and I'm also not trying to kill people with rules. I'm trying to use rules and experiments to get people to take the energy from the weekend back to their family, their friends, themselves, and try to describe it to people. And hopefully the way they describe it is something that is interesting. You got it. That's right. Manifestival hosted by PWB and get a 92% experience. If you are dissatisfied, you put an 8% deposit down. Boom! And you do not get refunded. I'm just kidding. If I ever had enough money, I would have like a whole team that would take really good care of people. You know? I would take people like if it was a phone-free weekend, I would have the phones lined up so the families, if there was ever an emergency, knew the number to call, and that phone would light up, and someone would answer, and that person would go get the owner of that phone, wherever they may be, bring them to like a van, and we would take them wherever they needed to go, or bring them to their car or something. I want people to be able to relax, that if anything goes wrong, they'll be notified. I want them to just let go of that fear, because they live with that fear almost every day of their life, probably, because their phone dings nonstop all day, and they could get bad news out of nowhere. Or there's just information back and forth. Hey, meet me at 4 at the supermarket. Do you want apples? No, I'll get tomatoes, though. And it becomes this long conversation, and people are nuts because of it, in my opinion. If we're having long conversations, not everybody does this, I'm aware of that. Well, I don't know. Empathy is one thing. In my opinion, the way that I look at it is if you're trying to fix an engine as a mechanic, you can change parts out, you can strengthen things, tighten things, replace things. If you're trying to fix a roof, you take whatever off, you put the right wood in place, you put the plywood down and nail the shingles down or whatever. Emotionally, that's sort of how I look at my brain and other people's brains, is that it's an invisible process just of trying to put something back together in your head again. And you could say the same thing 1,000 times to 1,000 different people and get 1,000 different results. You could get, I don't know how many people it wouldn't help in any way whatsoever, and it might annoy them and think it was stupid. There's some who would take it, consider it, and be like, those are interesting points. And there's some who'd be like, it changed my life. And for me, if people are a puzzle you're trying to figure out, if you can help them find their puzzle pieces, maybe they can realize how beautiful they are. And if that is something that takes root within them, then hopefully it changes their perspective on their future. And if you feel like you've impacted people in any way, in a positive way, it's the most satisfying feeling. But you also invent your success rate because you don't really know if you've actually had that effect on anybody, and that's okay. You've gotten the sense that certain people have been affected by it, and that's wonderful. There you go. I'm aiming at 92%. That's the number. I like it. I don't know why it just came out like that, but man. And I think that would help a brain that's like, I'm either totally sad or I'm really happy. And they think that they're at like 0, but If you think of it as a number, you can get that number to move. Freda, I'm going to hit the road, but I thank you so very much for your awesome words, your wonderful wisdom, your wit, your humor, your information. And I hope that you have some good dreams tonight. And I hope that maybe tomorrow is a little better than today. But whatever it is, I admire you for fighting your way through. Just keep up the good work, all right? And I will see you real soon. You are most welcome. Keep up the good work. Stay awesome. Just stay awesome. And we'll see you again soon. I'll be back tomorrow night, okay? So I love you. Thank you so much for watching. A lot of good things ahead. Let's do this, all right? All right. Have a great night, okay? I'll see you really soon. I think you are incredible and never change, okay? Nice.